Hey everybody, and welcome to Leia's Lair. Here is our summary and review of Star Wars The Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 15, Return to Kamino. The episode begins with Crosshair sending coordinates from Hunter's comm machine to the rest of the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch return to Kamino, which is being decommissioned, to retrieve Hunter, who has been captured. Omega leads them secretly to Nala Se's private research lab. Omega tells Clone Force 99 that they were all created inside the same lab. Hunter tries to persuade Crosshair to join them rather than work for the Empire because their methods are wrong. Crosshair, on the other hand, is not willing to hear a single word against the Empire. Eventually, the rest of the Bad Batch, Hunter, and Crosshair are reunited. Crosshair is upset that the rest of the Bad Batch abandoned him, but nonetheless gives them a chance and then tries to convince them to work together again. The group works together to destroy the Imperial troopers. Hunter explains to Crosshair that his behavior is due to his inhibitor chip. Crosshair discloses that his chip was removed a long time ago and that he is who he is. Hunter doesn't have a choice but to fire at Crosshair. Admiral Tarkin instructs Vice Admiral Rampart to set fire to Kamino while all of this is going on. The episode closes with Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Echo, and Omega struggling to escape Kamino as the facility is attacked. Okay, so what we liked about the episode... Well, I mean, overall, I thought it was pretty endearing how determined the Bad Batch, especially Omega, was to rescue Hunter. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cute. And she's just like, he would do the same for me. He's done the same for me. So
yeah, there's no doubt that they were gonna go back and get them.
No.
Or get him. Yeah.
I also thought it was pretty interesting to see when they did arrive on Kamino how the whole facility is just empty. Like, it's being decommissioned. There's no clones left.
Yeah.
There's just like...
There's just a handful of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was... It's like you kind of know what was coming at the end based on how it was like just like dead. And yeah.
They like took everybody away. They took away all like the scientists. The droids were all decommissioned. So that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
I really think that they are like... I just like how they're trying to show that, and then, well, yeah, it's kind of like a precursor for what's about to happen.
Yeah, they do a really good job of showing like kind of what's happening and how things progress in the story. Mm-hmm. And they do it in a nice... Yeah, they just do it in a nice way to show what's going to happen and all these behind the scenes. They've been doing that the entire season, which is really nice. So yeah, enjoyed that.
I thought it was pretty cool, the Dark Troopers that came out. Always like seeing those.
Yeah, Omega's trying to help them and then accidentally just ends up sending them on the back.
Like, just so many of them. Like, great work, Omega, great work. And then, of course, there's Crosshair's reveals. Those, to me, were probably, like, the most interesting part about the whole episode.
Right.
You kind of think throughout the season that he doesn't like the Bad Batch anymore, that he's, like, done with them. Mm-hmm. But then he's also, like, you see him here, and he's like, you guys abandoned me. You left me behind. Like,
yeah.
What? Like, why did you do that? And then he's like, I'm going to give you a second chance to join the Empire. Like, you kind of think that he maybe is turning over a bit of a new leaf. And then he's just like, just kidding, like, join the Empire.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing is, like, I think from his point of view, he's looking at them like they abandoned him. He's like, this is what we do. We follow these orders.
Yeah.
We're soldiers, this and that. And they kind of, so from his point of view, he's looking at it, like you said, like they abandoned him. Mm-hmm. What I thought was wild was that they said he said that his chip had been removed.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting to think, I'm like, okay, well, when would that have been? I kind of feel like after that explosion happened.
Maybe, yeah, where he got the scar on his head.
He got the scar on his head and on all the bandages. I feel like that must have been when it was removed, right? Yeah. And the fact is that even though it's removed, he's still like who he is.
He's loyal to the Empire.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen in the last episode or.
Yeah, it's hard to say because then they take him with them, and then the episode closes with the Empire coming in and just like blowing up Kamino, which was like pretty crazy because it's kind of like the end of an era in Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like the clone era is over, and they're just like.
Yeah, this is like kind of
ensuring it.
Yeah, this is kind of solidifying the end of Kamino by just destroying it, and it's like, okay, so this is what happens.
Yeah.
And now it's TK's.
Yeah, and now the Empire has all the cloning like
Yeah, they have the technology,
information
they
and
have
technology,
they
yeah.
have the scientists, and they're going to be using that then for, what happens with Snoke and Palpatine,
Totally.
etc.
Okay, so in terms of a rating, I'm going to give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. I thought there was some good action scenes. The revelations with Crosshair I thought were pretty crazy about, like, how he feels abandoned, but also how he just doesn't have an inhibitor chip, like what? And then, just the end of the clone era is pretty cool to see, and I thought it was a really great, like, penultimate episode, and I can't wait to see what's next. They're really setting up the season finale with this one.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, I'm also going to agree with everything you said. I'm also going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. That crosshair unveiling that the chip had been removed was wild. Kamino being destroyed, like, what? Yeah, like you said, end of an era. And yeah, like you said, it's gonna set up for a wild finale. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's happening. I think that shows that it's a good episode, is when you want more. You're like, come on, why does this have to end right here? So yeah, 8.5 out of 10.
And there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of this episode of The Bad Batch? Let us know down below in the comment section. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more great videos to come. We hope to see you all again in Leia's Lair.
You are not a Jedi yet.